What's the deal, y'all?
What's good?
What up, though?
It's your girl, the Caribbean Chocolate, Jocelyn Navarro.
Good. It's the one and only Rufus Lala.
It's your boy, the Brown, Isaiah Browner.
It's the Urban Playboy, Pretty Boy Smooth.
This is the Croc Rocket. Nickelback Poppin'. Curls for all the girls. The Perminator, Sam Bam.
This is the more of Irish strong style. The Wild Irish, Riley Rose.
This is Only One Rhonda, and you're tuned into.
Now tuned in.
You're not tuned in.
Tune in.
Tuned in.
You're tuned in.
Tune in to Marks with Mike.
Marks with Mics.
Marks with Mics.
Marks with Mics.
Marks with Mics.
Keep it player.
Enjoy the show.
Respectfully.
Now somebody hit my music.
Yo, you already know it's by the sound of my voice. It's Ratchet Boy, 6'9", JT back in this piece once again. And of course, I'm rolling with the co-host El Cheech. What's going on, Poppy?
Yo, what's going on, my peoples? You know, to all those, happy Father's Day weekend. And to all them deadbeat dads, eat a dick.
On that note, yes, happy Father's Day to all y'all. Want to go ahead and throw that out there. Also, congratulations to everyone that graduated from high school, college over the past few weeks. Want to give a big shout out to my baby girl, Unique, my first ever goddaughter. Want to give her a shout out. Congratulations on graduating. Listen, we got a lot of things to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about. We got rumors, we got news, we got what else we got going on? We also have Clash at the Castle tomorrow. We got a cookout of some sort that someone, Cody Rose, was invited to. We also have, of course, major news coming out. Dom and Liv. It's a lot to talk about. But first things first, I think we should go ahead and probably start off with the rumors and news. Why not? Let's go ahead and get this rolling in Maestro, if you will. Let's go ahead and throw a beat on. Why not? So, with that being said, in rumors and news, the first thing to pop out of rumors and news, man, it was all over the internet, all over social media. If you haven't heard, the Living Underneath the Rock, Jeff Hardy is a free man. Free man, that's right. And they saying that it's a rumor that he could be reporting back to TNA. This is from PW Insider. Shout out to Wrestling News for the visual. So, some people saying he's a free agent. PW Insider is reporting that he's going back to TNA. He could be showing up as early as tonight at their pay-per-view. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it makes sense. To be honest, in the last, let's say, phase of their career, where they had the most success, let's say, it was in TNA, especially when the broken universe and all that started playing out. He was a major part, of that, and it only made sense, Matt coming back and, eventually when you see one, the other one's not too far behind. So not surprised whatsoever,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised at it either, man. I mean, if he does go back to TNA, you're right. That's where they had their resurgence at, in a way. If you could say that, minus, the little issue he had when he had the first run with the TNA Heavyweight Championship. But the Hardys are household names in TNA. So I don't mind them going back to TNA and doing their thing. Other thing and rumors and news, it was reported that, and this is from Fightful Select has been told that TNA talent is also expected inside the NXT Battle Royal match, right? But they're told the final decision on who it may be will be figured out later this week. So who do you think we got coming over from TNA? Because NXT is having a 25-man battle royal to determine the number one contender for Trick Williams Championship. So who do you think it may be?
Well, first of all, whoever, like when they report shit like that, it's kind of like, man, come on, man, shit. But that's the way it is nowadays. But of the dribble, you can't help it. You know what I mean? It has to be Joe Hendry. You know what I mean? And that's the perfect setting for him to come out. You know what I mean? Because they made like a reference that you could say, even though it was Pat McAfee. But you know how it be in wrestling. You know what I mean? When stuff like that started popping, they did say different locker rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Can it be another locker room from another place? Noah, let's say. Who knows? But
it's a lot to go around.
Yeah, but I'll pop, even though I'm not a fan, but lately it's like, it's like he's there, and it's like, damn, 1 million views on YouTube and all this. Like, I guess they have a billboard out in Glasgow now. You know what I mean?
So what you're telling me is that you believe in Joe Hendry?
Yeah, and he appears.
Say his name, he appears, right? I'm gonna throw out AJ Francis inside that mix. I'll also like to throw inside that mix to show up Chris Bay. And I may be pushing it here. PCO, the Rascals. I mean, but I think the Rascals going to get involved in Wes Lee's storyline. But as far as people in that battle royal, I like PCO. I like AJ Francis to show up. Steve Macklin.
What about Nick Nemeth?
Nick Nemeth, that would be big. Former NXT champion. That'd be cool too. Let's see. Moving on from that real quick, inside the rumors and news meal. What we got over here? So it looks like Uncle Howdy and his boys and them, they will be appearing on this Monday's edition of Raw. If you do the math, 6/23, 16/29. Do the math right there. I think that means they'll be showing up on 6/23/24. I don't know. You got to do some Steiner math to figure it out, but that's what the internet is saying. So this is really going on a lot of, hey, is this gonna be a thing where it's going to get over? Because a lot of people are saying this could be watered down because Bray's not here.
I think it's
not giving it a chance.
Yeah, like the fact that it's pretty much keeping him alive. I can't see people actually trying to shit on him. You feel me? Like I think they're gonna hold it in like endearment, like this is for you, Bray, type of deal.
Yeah, and that's the way that they need to go about it. But people gonna find a reason to shit on him regardless.
Oh no, yeah, but some people don't matter.
No, they really don't. Naysayers. We also had this announced. Also, Marigold announced that Io Sky, aka Io Shirai, will be involved inside their card on July 13th. So this is big. This is real big. They are, when I say they, I mean WWE. They're working with anybody and everybody at this moment, as long as you're not AEW and Tony Khan. So this is pretty big, man. I mean, first Pro Wrestling Noah, now you had Josh Burnett's Bloodsport, then you got the TNA relationship. Now you got marigold relationship. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, man. This is big news. It's big for wrestling at the end of the day. Hey, real quick, you know what happened 10 years ago?
What was that?
10 years ago, WWE released these stars. They released JTG, Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, Oksana Kurt Hawkins, Theodore Long, Camacho, and Brodus Clay. And 10 years later, Drew McIntyre has a match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Glass.
Yeah,
Funny that time. Full circle, man. Full circle moment, man. You gotta love it. What else we got inside the rumors and news mill? Let me go ahead and scroll up a little bit. Rumors and news. Let me see. I think that was pretty much the newsworthy stuff. I think I touched on pretty much everything newsworthy, at least in my opinion. I think that, you know, if there's anything else, somebody else will pick up on it. Let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of why we here. Let's talk about it, man. So Monday Night Raw, I'm not going to touch on everything. I'm just going to touch on, you know, some of the things that happened. So, of course, Liv and Dom are out there. Liv showed up inside the damn clubhouse. Liv said, "Don't you wish?" And I'm just paraphrasing. Liv said something along the lines of, "Wouldn't you rather not be calling somebody else mommy and having a woman calling you daddy?" Like, that to me was treacherous work. I loved it. And then she gave the man the room key. Then later on that night, she found her way on top of Dominic Mysterio. And
that's not PG, brother.
Yeah, I don't even think this is PG, in the words of R-Truth over there. But I think the funny thing out of this whole situation was you go backstage and they're talking to him about it, right? And you got Carlito, Drew McIntyre, Dom right there. And then, of course, Damian Priest comes in later, and Finn Balor slips the key inside of his pocket.
Yeah,
My God.
Smooth criminal Michael Jackson. You understand? Now, the real thing is, what do you think went on in that hotel room? Do you think he went there to clap cheeks, or do you think he went there to go have a discussion? Finn Balor?
Yeah.
Oh no, Finn Balor's slam dunking that shit like Shaq back in the 90s. Oh.
I don't know. I think Finn Balor probably pulled up like JT from the 5 Heartbeats at the hotel scene, and he probably pulled up on Liv kind of like,
"You tell me what's going on right now, okay? I mean, first you two are just going out with each other. That's fine. But now you're taking this too far. You're talking about marrying my brother. I can't let you."
like, you know what I'm saying? She is taking it a little bit too far. Yo, what's going on? Shout out to the homies over here, Heels and Face. Shout out to Young Kings Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you say the whole thing like a pimp named Slimpback, like a Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying? Like the Ohio players. You got to say the whole name. But I don't know. I think he pulled up to have a conversation, you know, because I know Finn is a married man, and I don't think he's showing up to clap cheeks at a hotel, knowing that the room key is on national TV. But he probably had a nice little stern talking to her or whatever.
Yeah.
But Carlito was like, "Yo, that's cool." And Damian Priest like, "Nah, it's not cool, bro." He was like, "Yeah, you're right." We also had on Raw Ricochet. Ricochet, it was already reported that he was going to be ran off of TV. When we seen him that night pop up and get involved inside the match, I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe the reports are wrong." Nope. Later on that night, Braun Breaker found them in the back and went to put in that work on your boy Ricochet, and end up doing a power slam through the windshield, right? Power slams him through the windshield, and they basically said he's going to be gone. He has undisclosed injuries. There's no timetable on his return, right? So with that being said, we're going to take a time right now to have a moment of silence for Ricochet. Any parting words for the man known as Ricochet? Man, what a great career you had. We really appreciated you. Some people didn't appreciate you as much. Unfortunately, you had to go out like that, man. So, see you in that gangster lean when we get there, bruh. But with that being said, moving on from that, let's move on from Raw, and let's get into these. Let's get into this cookout invitation real quick. So, Brian Alvarez don't know the terminology of what a cookout is when it comes to the people, right? So, Trick Williams and Cody were in the middle of the ring. Trick Williams said, hey, I want to know, are you coming to the cookout? Cody's like, yes. Crowd goes wild. Brian Alvarez is so out of touch with the culture, which I don't expect him to be, you know what I'm saying? But, for him to be like, oh, well, I guess NXT has a cookout every 4th of July. I was like, yo, my God, that's not it. That's not it at all. But speaking of NXT, Battleground was quite possibly one of the best PLEs NXT's put on in a while. You watched it. What did you think? If you rating it right now, out of 5, what you give it?
Oh no, definitely a 4.5. Just because they missed out on the opportunity of having Jordan Grace actually winning, coming out on top. What I mean? That would have put, like the pressure. You know what I mean? And like we seen that the man been on it. You know what I mean? He's definitely been on it. You know what I'm saying? The dude just put up a great show, and that's the only thing I could say. The Jordan Grace, but the Trick, Ethan Page, even though he didn't come on top, bro, looked like money. He looked like he belongs there.
Yeah, he does. He really looks like he belongs there, man. And shout out to Sexy Red. I know you don't like her and all that shit, but she held it down. Hosting duties on camera, and apparently apparently there's more plans for her in the future. Now, speaking of Sexy Red, it was said that she got into an altercation at the airport the day before. If y'all haven't seen the video, I'm not going to post it only because TMZ may copyright us, so I'm not going to do that. But for her to get in an alleged altercation and then come to NXT like nothing happened, and then go ahead and proceed to do what she needed to do that night, hats off to her. She the one. She definitely the one. The women's ladder match, to me, to kick off the show was definitely the right move. They set the pace, they set the tone. All these ladies look great. My picks were wrong. Speaking of picks, if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check out Black Guys Wrestling Podcast. Check that out. Black Guy Wrestling Podcast. Myself and Don Boy were there, represent for Culture Clash Network. We had a great time. Check out that episode. Also check out the Ringside Club podcast, which just aired last night. It had the boy Dom on there, represent Powerbomb Jitsu. Check that out as well, available on YouTube. And check out the new episode of Powerbomb Jitsu and Get Your Podcast. Both dropped today. Also, another thing that one of the moves I didn't like was keeping the titles on XM and Nathan Frazier. I would have liked for the Good Brothers to get a reign over there, another reign. I would love that. But for them to get the titles, I mean, but we'll see where it goes. I understand you got to build the talent, but let's talk about Obafemi. This guy is a beast. Did you see what he did in that match? You seen what he did, bro? My guy was manhandling these guys like children. Tossing people up in the air the same way the dude tossed that hat up at that brawl by the lake last year. He tossed them up in the sky, and here they all falling to the ground. You know what I'm saying? That was nice. Cannot go on any further. Let's talk about NXT Underground match. Shayna Baszler, Lola Vice. Lola Vice was good, man.
Not only she could fight, you know what I mean, she looked good, but in a real fight, you know what I mean, even though she do got standing skills, I think Shayna Baszler would have choked her out. It looked kind of odd, even though we know we're trying to build somebody, but like for Lola Vice, even though, you know, I'm a fan, to take an L, you know what I mean, and he should have been the one, but I guess they want to push it, but you know, it's pretty cool. And then where it was, you know, the video packages, that's one thing they've been stepping up in a major way with the UFC, you know what I mean? Like, you got the UFC Apex, you got legends in the crowd, you know what I mean? And it felt like a real thing, you know, like a real thing, you know what I mean? And I expected more surprises, but I think, you know, like they said, it's a marathon, not a race.
Let's see. Moving on from, I'm not gonna lie. I was really watching that NXT Underground match with a smile on my face. I probably had the same smile Mia Yim, aka Michin, had after the match. Like, yo, that match was dope as hell. But shout out to Maya Kalani Jordan for winning the championship. First ever NXT North American champion. If I'm gonna rate NXT Battleground, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. No bias here. It's just there was not a dull moment when I was like, okay, I don't care about this match, so I'm gonna go do something else. Like, I actually sat through the whole entire thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I held my pee for the whole entire duration of NXT. Now, I could have paused it at any time, but I didn't. I watched the whole entire thing. But the match itself was real good. Speaking of NXT, Wendy Chu showing up, giving us the dark side of her elements over there, going back to some of her origins. Yo, I like this new look, Wendy Chu. Keep this coming. Don't ever go back to the bubbly side. Turn this all the way up.
She's a total different character. Something happened that made it that way.
She is evil. Nah, she's evil. So I love it. Keep that going. Moving on from that, just going to touch on some AEW news real quick. So AEW does have their card coming up. Forbidden Door is shaping up to be a good one. We got Swerve going up against Ospreay. We got Mox going up against Naito. Mercedes Moné going up against Stephanie Van Coeur. Tony Storm going up against, what's her name? Because I can't even read this. You got glasses on, so I know you see it in HD. I can't really see it.
Mina Chirakawa.
Don't do that, bro. You're gonna get me cussed out. You also got Orange Cassidy going up against your boy over here, former NXT, not former NXT, I'm sorry, former New Japan Pro Wrestling Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr. And then you have the TNT Championship ladder match, which had more people added to it recently.
That's the thing. That's not even. That's probably half. They still probably got like 8 more matches they're gonna announce.
Oh yeah, it's coming, bro. It's coming, and it's coming all over the place. So I can't wait. Pause. So that should be good. But I want to talk about that moment inside the ring with Swerve and Ospreay, where Swerve was like, "You better be lucky we boys, because if this been anybody else, I would have put him in the dirt." I was like, you know what? All this slack I've been, I ain't gonna call it slack. All this damn, I guess you could say, this that I've been doing on Swerve. When he did that, I was like, okay, you can turn that up, because that to me definitely gave me shades of a real champion, or somebody who ain't supposed to be messing with, or somebody who stand on business, or somebody who ain't taking no shit. Swerve, when he did that right there, this right there, yeah, I actually got behind him. Got behind him a little bit. Pause. But I did enjoy that moment. I think AEW is building a good card. They had some solid matches. Notable match, you haven't checked it out yet? Ospreay and Ray Phoenix, Chef's Kiss. Go check that out. But moving on. We got to talk about Clash at the Castle. Predictions. Let's talk about the kickoff show. That kickoff show was live. That kickoff show had more people in attendance than the past Dynamite. How do I know this? Because of the shots and because of Cody Rhodes crowd surfing with the people. I don't know if that's going to become a thing going here on out, but if it does, I am here for it. Make that a thing. I ain't going to hold you. Because that, to me, was a perfect shot. Now, speaking of Clash of the Castle, let's get to these predictions, bro. We got a nice card, some nice matches.
What clock?
Yeah, 4. Was it 4 o'clock or 12 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock start. We were both wrong. So we got that going on, right? I'm gonna probably end up watching it at 4, only because I gotta go DJ later that night. But I would say, and I would be remiss if I did not mention the fact that this is a big opportunity, right? This is a big opportunity for Drew McIntyre and what you're going to do with the character of Drew McIntyre. Because let's keep it a buck, right? Drew McIntyre had the opportunity the year before last to take the title off of Roman, but we didn't know that Roman was chasing this record. Unfortunately, he didn't win it in Wells. But this is in this man's backyard, bro.
And not only that,
go ahead.
And not only that, right now, even though last year it's the same thing with Cody. He should have won at 39. Bro, you got that storyline with CM Punk, like right there. CM Punk was already reported that he's in, overseas. Could be anything, no, but that's what they're going with SummerSlam. That's what's next. As long as I love Damon Press, Punishment Martinez, te quiero, cabrón, but you're gonna take an L. You know what I mean? This is the right time, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I'll be surprised unless CM Punk come out and cause them to lose, and I guess set up something down the road. But it's the right time to drop the belt, and they might do like they've done in the past when they used to go to Canada. You know, Bret Hart was a heel, but when he was in Canada, he was a face.
Yeah,
So,
big time face.
Yeah,
but if you looking at them like they both heels, right? When you look at it, right, they both heal as far as character wise. So it's not a lot of matches on this card, which is cool. I like that. 5 matches. I don't need 10, 20. I don't need I'm not gonna say a buy-in, but I don't need a pre-show with 3, 4 extra matches that have no significance that we can watch, you know, on a regular weekly television basis.
So let's go with this one. So we already started with it. I got Drew McIntyre beating Damian Priest.
I'm going with the same pick, bro. I'm going Drew. I mean, being that he's in his backyard, there's no reason for him to lose it.
Yeah,
right?
I think the other belt that's gonna change hands, in my opinion, is gonna be Shaq Gable versus Sami Zayn. I think this is the right time. You know what I mean? For him to lose the belt, since I think Shaq Gable had improved a lot, not even on the mic, but as a heel character, beat him perfect.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I got Shaq Gable.
I got Chad Gable, but do me a favor. Bring Kurt Angle in as the manager. Yo, you bring Kurt Angle in as the manager, we talk about ungodly levels of straight just chaos, straight what's the word I'm looking for? Destruction, straight lunacy. Damn, there's something else I'm looking for. It's gonna be just all out
Extortion and all type of fuckery.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So I think it's possible that it's gonna happen. I really hope it does happen. Let's talk about another match on the card. Let's talk about Bayley versus Piper Niven. Let's not forget, this is her backyard too.
Oh, that'd be great. If that would happen, let's say Chelsea costing it and do some like damn, who was the one that did that recently that was claiming they had the belt, but he wasn't the one that won it? Oh, Christian. You know, with
Luchasaurus. Yeah.
With Barney and shit. Like when he had the belt, you know what I mean? He won it, but it was Christian was pop, like it was his. So perhaps they could go with that route and Chelsea be like, because she even mentioned it, we're gonna be, champion. And let's do that and drop the belt, on Monday. I'm okay with that. But Bayley right now, she don't got no steam. Bayley is stale. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say that she ain't got no steam. I would say that, like a Sami Zayn, Bayley is the ultimate chaser. We like to get behind the story of her chasing the title. Then people tune to fall back when she does get the title a few months later. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I thought it was the perfect opportunity. They want to turn her up. Go bring back the inflatable tube, man. She ain't got to get the ponytail to the side of shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's the way you break her. You break her that way. Understand? Let me see. Moving on from there, let's go on to the next match. We got Bianca and Jade inside of a match. I think it's a triple threat tag team match. So this triple threat try saying that 3 times. Triple threat tag team match. You got, of course, Shayna, and you got Zoe. Then you got what's the girl name? Isla, Dunn and something Fire. Forgot what they call themselves as a tag team, but you got them inside this match. I really don't see them dropping the titles off of Team BBW. I just don't see it. I think that Jade and Bianca may hold those titles for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see them losing it. But Alba Fire and Isla Dunn, I think they may end up eating the pin, because I think they're really trying to do something with Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler. That's what I really think. So I think they may end up eating the pin. But if I'm going for a pick, Bianca Belair, and Jade. That's what's winning.
Definitely one. I believe one of them girls' mother passed away.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. The car hit them. Parents are walking. They end up getting hit. The father survived, but the mother didn't. So send our condolences out there, man. Alba Fire.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next match, because we about to knock this out. We got the I Quit match. Not going to main event the card. Cody versus Drew McIntyre.
Who?
I'm sorry. Cody versus AJ Styles. Damn. I Quit match. Honestly, Cody's winning this, bro. There's no way. No way he's losing that title, man. Not this soon, anyways. Do I think Bullet Club?
I mean, I don't think it's soon. It's more as in the person. Like, nothing taking away nothing from AJ Styles, but AJ Styles, you know what I mean? Hasn't been, even though he's always been a main eventer, you know what I mean? But he hasn't been booked like that, you know? So, but yeah, he's not the right person right now to lose the belt to Cody. Cody right now, Cody on some Beatles shit right now.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's not the right person. It's just not the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe some months down the later, some months later.
Let's say it's a mix of both.
Okay, I'll give you that. I don't know, man. This is going to be pretty interesting. I can't wait for tomorrow, man. It's going to be pretty hype, but I can't wait for it. It should be a great card. We'll recap it, talk about it more on next week's episode. But I think we touched on everything except who killed WCW. So episode 2 of Who Killed WCW, it got more into talking more about what's going on. Talked about the Bret Hart and Goldberg situation. So Goldberg outright said that he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Right? They pushed him in a position of a guy who's fresh and not knowing what he was doing, and he came out and he actually said that. So it kind of makes me, I'm not gonna say that it makes me have sympathy for him, but I'm not going to like bash his head in as I usually do when it comes to Goldberg, Bret Hart, because I mean at the end of the day, you kick the man in the head, bro. But Goldberg's point was, you knew the kick was coming, you got to protect yourself. But at the same time, you don't throw a kick that damn hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have been throwing super kicks forever. And I don't think Shawn Michaels is even throwing a kick that hard. He's probably slapped his leg very hard, but even going back watching it numerous times over and over, we're still trying to figure out who killed WCW. People saying Bischoff, some people saying Russo, other people saying Conan say Hall and Nash is to blame. People saying Hogan, other people saying Turner, the merger. So I can't wait for episode 3, bro. Episode 3 should be tight. Should be real tight. But what's your thoughts on the whole Goldberg thing?
What's the whole Goldberg thing?
Goldberg, Bret Hart, the concussion, the move that pretty much ended Bret Hart's career.
I mean, accidents happen, you know. Don't do this at home, kids. You know, it was unfortunate, but boy, the Bret Hart just don't give a fuck. It's funny, but yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, I get it, you know, because the thing is, Bret Hart holds weight. You know, a lot of people, Goldberg was just protected. You know what I mean? Like, Goldberg never went over 5 minutes in a match at that time. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of hard, you know what I mean? But I could care less about Goldberg shit right now. You know, even though it fucked up because it, you know, cut Bret Hart's career. But yeah, eventually by the ending of that 4th episode, there'll be a better understanding, as in the real reason. But you know, you had Medusa, you know, busted open the other day, pretty much giving her side of the story. He was in Atlanta around that time. So it was very interesting, her point of view. You know what I mean? And that's her reality. You know, and of course you gotta put a blame on everybody, pretty much on the booking, who's running the show. You know what I mean? But it's just unfortunate, you know. After 20-some years, we're still talking about it in this light, but it definitely was not managed the way it should have. Come on, you see how much they sold that library? You know that library, how much that shit would have cost? Shit, that was a high stake robbery.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty much of everything that we got. I mean, besides Hulk Hogan said he was going to run for president, and my reaction.
Did he say that?
I mean, he was jokingly saying it on the interview, but you know.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, I see everybody. It might have been like a slow news day because people roam it. But that's the way they do now. It's clickbait, everything.
Every day is clickbait.
Like right now, you could talk about certain thing, and they just put like what you were saying, like, oh, you don't agree on AEW, whatever, blah blah blah. You know. But by the way, they're in Youngstown tomorrow, 1 year from Collision. Do you feel that instead of Rampage, they should put Ring of Honor?
No, there's no interest. There's no interest for it. It's unfortunate they missed that boat.
No, the interest from the TV channel, you mean, or people in general?
I'm gonna say people in general because a lot of people are not watching Ring of Honor. A lot of people not sign up to Ring of Honor subscriptions, and even if they are, a lot of people not pirating it. You know, it's not talked about. Put it this way: Rampage is talked about more than Ring of Honor on social media. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but I don't know
because it's current. You know what I mean? It's about the now. You know what I mean? The kids, the consumption of that. If they would have kept, you know, like Ring of Honor, you know, like they would have done it right.
If they would have did it from the jump when they first got the library, then we could talk about it. But they've had Ring of Honor for what, 3 years now? Too late. It's too late now. But on that note, I don't know what you think. It's about that time.
It's about that time, homie.
Hey, look! Silence! I can't take this shit no more.
Sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
I want to thank y'all for tuning in, listening, and watching. Listen, I want to leave y'all with a couple PSAs before I go. First of all, too much negativity can have you unbalanced emotionally, physically, It can also have you unbalanced spiritually. On that note, spread more positive vibes. It takes very little to build someone up than it does to tear them down. I want you to think about the logic in that message. It could be as easy as doing a good gesture. You can go to Aldi's and get somebody your shopping cart and not even take the quarter.
I did that today.
I did the same thing, bro. Or you can go to whatamovie.net for the time being and go grab that Positive Vibes Only apparel. Okay, you ain't got to get it for you.
The father.
Maybe you can get it for Father's Day. Maybe you can wear that shirt on Father's Day, or you can give it to somebody else. Maybe someone looking at that message on that shirt is a constant reminder that life is not as bad as it seems. Okay, maybe for the first time in a long time, you was able to get in Aldi's and out of Aldi's less than an hour. Maybe for the first time in a long time, you had some unexpected money hit your bank account, or maybe for the first time in a long time, you got a Father's Day gift that wasn't a matching tie and socks. Whatever it may be, spread more positive vibes. And on that note, I'd say, and I've been saying it for a while, listen, it ain't tricking if you got it. But if you got it, it's not tricking. And on that note, we're going to say amen, amen, amen.
No sweep.
Man.
No sweep this year. No sweep.
No sweep. No sweep. And the people in the hood say amen, amen. And on that note, we out, y'all. Peace.
You have a firm grasp on the obvious, buddy.